Hey, Biker Coyote. Hey, everybody. How's everybody out there in YouTube land this evening? Everything is fine and dandy here on the good ship Lily 2. It is hot. It's just a tad toasty on the boat. But hey, pilot, what's up? But it's 92 now. It was up to 96. It's cooling off. It's down to 92. Bit cooler than that up on deck. We will get up there here in a little bit, but not right at the moment. Hey, PC. Hey, Ian. What's up? Hey, Woody. Hey, I'm Cody 4. What's going on, man? Good to see all my usual friends coming in. Cocoa Puffs, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Always good to see Cocoa Puffs in the house. So tonight's cocktail, guys. Jim Beam Black on Ice. Yeah, Wood Beast I am hot. Hey, Mike Judic? I guess I get better glasses on. Hey, Andy, how you doing? I should get my better glasses on. I'm having trouble reading the chat. So, let's step up the magnification, shall we? There we go. Now I can see you. Hey, Mike Smith. Still too cold there. Well, I wouldn't mind a little cold right now. I wouldn't mind a little cold after today. I've had to go for a swim a couple of times. Miss Lily really got mad at me when I dumped some water on her earlier today, but oh well. She looked like she was hot and I wanted to cool her off, so I dumped some water on her. So she'll get over it. She'll get over it. Speaking about dumping some water over it, ow! Oh gosh, hurt me so bad. Oh man. Hey, Peaceful Dawn, how are you? Stuck in BC, what's up? Alexander, Mike Smith. I could run a power station on the amount of wood I'm burning. Been there, done that, brother. I have cut a mountain of firewood in my lifetime. I have worn out more chainsaws than I care to remember. Home lights and steels and Husqvarnas, and I always did prefer the steel chainsaws though. S-T-I-H-L, steel, very good chainsaw. Hey Frank, how you doing, buddy? How you feeling tonight, Frank? Any better? Did those meds that the doc give you help out any, Frank? Are they making you more comfortable? I hope so anyway. So, anyhow, it's been hot today. I do have a minor agenda to go over with today. As you can see, raise a glass to Captain Carl I am. Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate that, man. No, not yet. Okay, well, hopefully soon. I only use still saws. We have very hard wood. Okay, I assume you mean steel saws, S-T-I-H-L, not still saws. I don't know what a still saw is. I guess that's a saw that lays there and doesn't do anything. I never liked saws that lay there and don't do anything. I like saws that cut wood efficiently, but yeah, steels do a pretty good job with it, and I've had a bunch of them. Don't want to do that anymore. Been there, done that. Done cutting firewood, done splitting. I could throw an axe with the best of them, man. I'm done doing all that stuff. Did that for too many years. So, hey Carter Hayes, how you doing? Wood Beast Jen. Hey Jen, how are you? Hey Mike, Carter Hayes. Okay, everybody, Frank Daniels. Okay, everyone's here in the house. All right, so I guess I should go ahead and get to my measly little bit of agenda stuff I want to touch base on, but for that, tell you what, man, I've been pounding the liquids. Hey, 12 degrees. Hello, no plastic. Hey, T, how you doing? So anyhow, I got a couple of issues I want to go over. I wanted to wait till at least 5 minutes in, make sure everybody is. At least make sure all the good-looking people are here. Those people that aren't good-looking people, they're the ones that come in late all the time. I'm kidding. Oh, Alexander's here. He's a good-looking guy. Jen's here. She's a gorgeous-looking lady. There you go. And T, well, we won't even talk about T. She stands for herself, man. Check her out. Lay it on us. Okay. Hey, Slipstream, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. Hey, Woodbeast, I will leave. Oh, now, Woodbeast, come on, man. You're there. You're there. You're okay, dude. Good to be among the beautiful people. There you go, Woody. Yeah, right. Frank, I'm alive. At least my big toe is good looking. Okay. At least your big toe is. Well, there you go. You got something. Hey, John Stratton, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. Hello, Sailmaster. How you doing? Oh, you say you say hello to Pilot, but not me. I see how you are, Sailmaster. I see how you are. I do. I do. I really do. So, oh gosh. Anyhow, I'm going to get to a couple things on my agenda. Dinghy update. Okay. I didn't hear you say hi to me, Sailmaster. If you did, my apologies. I missed it. So, Teresa, I'm awesome. I am fine as frog hair and twice as jumpy tonight. So, anyhow, dinghy update. Having trouble finding PVC material. Trying to find patch material so I can glue it. That's really fine. That is really fine. So I can glue it back together. Somebody suggested the other night that I contact Port Inflatables over in Port Jefferson. I did just that today. I did speak with them, and they weren't the least bit interested in looking at my my West Marine brand dinghy. They didn't want to look at it. They don't work on them cheap boats, I guess. So he did suggest that I should just buy some of the glue from West Marine and glue it up as best I can, and maybe I can get another year out of it or something. Milk it along the way for as best I can. So that's in fact what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to find some PVC material to use for patching. I need some strips about 4 inches wide, and I don't know, I need 10 feet of it or so. They have some clear material over at West Marine, and I'm going to go to West Marine tomorrow and talk to them about it and see what their thinking is about it. They don't actually have it in stock at this particular store, but West Marine does carry sort of a clear material that, and in fact, there is some clear material on this dinghy already, so somebody has used some of it, but it's only 3 inches wide. It's not very wide. I'd have to layer it out in layers and feather it out, and I don't know. Ideally, I'm looking for some 4 to 5 inch wide PVC. I think that would be better for me. So if anybody knows of a supplier, how did I get here anyway? Hello. Well, hello, Ellie. I don't know. Hang out and find out. If anybody knows where I can find some PVC patch material, let me know. Hey, Steve Vids, I would like to find a supplier for that. Okay. Next item. I am not going to the Newport Boat Show. That's no big surprise to anybody, but I just thought I should just throw that out there. So, there'd be several Canucks in the house. Yes, there is, Canadian. Yes, there is. Is it possible to fiberglass your repairs? Fiberglass, the PVC inflatable? Woody, what I need to do is I need to reattach the PVC tube to the fiberglass boat. I don't think I can do that using fiberglass. It's going to have to be some sort of a glue that remains flexible. And actually, the guy at Port Inflatables, what he was telling me is the problem I'm running into is the glue that had been used on my boat has dried out. And that's what the problem is. It dried out. Later, it's just a leak waiting. Huh. Anyhow, so it's just dried out, and so I need to get better stuff. Is there a brand name on the 3 inch at West Marine? Yeah, but I don't remember what it is. Yes, Woody, epoxy is the glue I'll be using. I'll be using a 2-part epoxy that West Marine sells. It's like $50-some for 250 milliliters. So you can buy about that much of it for $50. So it's very, very expensive stuff. I'm probably going to need to buy 2 cans of it for the amount that I'm going to have to glue. And it says you got to put on a layer. Well, first you got to sand and clean everything down, obviously. But then you got to put on a layer and then come back and put on another layer and then come back and put on a 3rd layer before you start attaching it to anything. 6-piece PVC repair kit, repair patches, kit set accessory for. Yeah, I saw that, Wood Beast. I don't think that's going to be big enough for what I need to do. Amazon has PVC strips to repair dinghies. I just checked. Frank, send me a link to anything you find in that regard. Can't believe I caught you live for a change. Hey Arthur, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. I'll say it again, cut your losses with it. Well, Mike, I really want to try to get this dinghy put back together as best I can. I hear you, brother, I do. It's going to be an uphill battle, I know that. It's going to be an ongoing pain in the butt thing that I'm going to have to deal with for the next couple of months. I know that. I just want to glue it together enough so it'll last me until I get down to Florida. So it's got to last me like 60 days or so. If I can get it to last me like 60 days, like a couple of months, then that's fine. When I get down to Florida, I'll be earning enough money I can buy myself a new one. So, you sacrifice the other dinghy and cut it up for material. Ooh. I'd really hate to do that because the other dinghy actually is a good functioning, fairly good shaped dinghy. So, yeah, no, Teresa, you can't use that crap. Hi there, this is Hoppy Ahoy. My foot's getting better. Hey, did you see me message to meet at Annapolis? Ahoy, no, I did not get a message from you to meet at Annapolis. I'm sorry, I did not see that, Hoppy. So, PM me through my Facebook would probably be your best bet. Or make a comment on one of the videos, I guess, might work. But I find the best way for people to contact me is to friend me on Facebook and then message me. That's the best way. Some people that I've known for quite a long time, people that in fact used to have my old phone number, I'm not giving my phone number out to hardly anybody anymore. I mean, unless you're like family, you're not getting it. And so they're relegated to having to contact me through Facebook now. So yeah, I'm not gonna sacrifice a good dinghy. But we're gonna do a Friday night show. I got a stack of cash to waste with you on food, beer, and ladies. Hey, that sounds like fun, man. JB Weld 5 ounce. Yeah, I'm not going to use JB Weld for this country cruiser. This is not a JB Weld application. JB Weld hardens and becomes hard when it's dry. I need something that's going to stay flexible when it's being used. So, is that much between here and Florida? If not, it seems like a waste of energy and money. 12 degrees, you know, I've never done the ICW before. I don't know how often I'm going to need it. It just seems like a good idea to be able to have it available to me. To the boat show, what's the problem? Jen, I am going to the Annapolis boat show, not the Newport boat show. Two different boat shows. Hope those three things appeal. Okay, they do, obviously. I feel like family. You're back? Are we back? Sorry about that, guys. Little problem with AT&T. Hopefully we're back here. Anyhow, it'll be real neat to meet Chester's coming and Bobby too. I sent him an invite. All right. Hey Carl, I got down on my boat, got the temp AC installed. Most systems are working, living the life. Oh, glad to hear it, man. Glad to. Bad dreams. Yeah, ahoy skipper. Yeah, I have an AT&T that's bring out the wax to go with the buffer. Yeah, right. Back. Okay, me too. Was wondering if it was my internet as it sucked all darn day. Okay, guys, if I buffer again, if my phone craps out, I'm gonna start the live stream and start it up again using my iPad instead of my phone. So just bear with me should that happen. So, and the professional repairs or the cost of a new rib. Yeah, cool. A new rib. I mean, this rib that I have, that this guy gave me, if I were to buy one new, it'd be almost $2,500. This is a $2,500 rib, easily a $2,500 rib. So, $5,200 and ratchet strap it together. Yeah, maybe. Just a little notchy. Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and jump to some of the other things that I wanted to go over tonight. Alternator woes. Okay, here you go, alternator. Guys, I was absolutely stone sober when my alternator had its problem the other night. The other day while I was running the boat. I was stone sober. The alternator was making all kinds of weird noises. I had to drop it off and pull the belt off of it mid-ocean out in the middle of Long Island Sound. I had to drop the alternator out of the bracket because it had come out of alignment. when I turned the alternator, it was making all kinds of, you know, crunching noises and stuff. It felt like, it actually felt at the time like it had a little play in it. I tried the alternator today and it seems to be working perfectly. I think my boat has gremlins. I really do. I really do, because I know when I spun that pulley the other day after I immediately disconnected it, it sounded like it had gravel inside of it. And now when I spin that pulley, it sounds perfect, absolutely perfect. So tomorrow I'm going to pull, well, hopefully tomorrow, I don't know, I haven't seen Doug on here yet, but tomorrow I'm going to pull the, okay. All right, we're back. Anyhow, I'm going to hope meet up with Doug and go have it checked out and see if the alternator is in fact still good. I'm going to take it to a center and have them test it, you know, so. Okay, there's a heap of sailing fans on other channels. Keen and Migu, bring your drinking pants. Hopefully, okay, ahoy skipper, sounds like a plan. We will do that. Defender has 12-inch by 54-inch PVC. Oh, Mike, that sounds great. Thank you. 5,200 fixes everything. Yep, sailing is for rich people, not necessarily, Jen. What mid-ocean? Well, I was out in the middle of Long Island Sound. That's salt water. That's ocean. Close enough. I just think sailing is for those who want to do that. Yep, it absolutely is. All right, thank you. Bob's girlfriend Laura is a nurse. Maybe she'll be there to help you out, Skipper. Help me out. I didn't know I needed a nurse. I've got a big donation from Marie Morrissey this evening after her comments on my channel today. Sailmaster, I have no idea what you're talking about, but whatever. You need to ask Doug on his live stream. You just realized all boats have gremlins. Yeah, right? Please put up all PayPal info. Some real trolls around, very nasty stuff. Yeah, we don't talk about them anymore, so anyhow. Anyhow, so I'm going to have to figure out some stuff on the alternator. I'm going to test it and see how bad it is. I don't know what happened to it. I know, figure out some stuff on the alternator. I'm going to test it and see how bad it is. I don't know what happened to it. I know it was grinding and sounded horrible. Maybe just because it was hot or something, I don't know. But I'm going to take it to a shop and have them test it and see what happens. So, and then we'll figure out what's going on from there. Sorry about rib problems. Just trying to, oh, Dave, I understand that, brother. And it's not your fault at all, Dave. I mean, it's not your fault at all. Don't sweat it at all. I'm actually looking forward to kind of rebuilding this and get it back into shape and seeing how well we can get it held back together again. So it's going to be a fun exercise. It'll make great content for the channel, Dave, so don't worry about it at all. Does the bracket still need welded or did it heal its wound? No, the bracket needs welded, yes. Back to sailing chat and repairs. I'm loving this helpline. Heaps of good advice flowing in, all right? Frank, that link is in Carl's channel info. Yep. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate you putting that up there. Thank you very much. Sailmaster is Maria Troll. Well, she's been blocked from my channel, Jen, so what does that tell you? Didn't the bracket break? Alternator. The alternator bracket did break. Yes, I definitely have to weld that. But the alternator is now spinning free, so I'm going to take it to an auto shop and have them test it and see if it's putting out any juice. So. And then we'll see where it goes from there. All right, other items. Patreon drawing. Okay, patrons. I drew a patron for someone to come meet with me. That individual chose not to join me because he already has his own boat and it wouldn't make any sense. So there's an opening available for a Patreon for me to choose another name. Now, it should be somebody who does not own their other boat. So here's what I'm going to ask. I've been having trouble trying to figure out how to pick a replacement person, because fact is I don't know who has boats and who doesn't have boats for everybody. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that if you're a patron and you want to be chosen to come sailing with me, then tell me why, and I will then choose from that shortened list of people who want to go sailing. And those sailing dates are available starting as early as in 2 weeks from today. Somebody could come out sailing with me as early as 2 weeks from today as I start making my way down the ICW. They can join me for any length of the ICW, or they can join me down in Florida, or they can join me in the Bahamas this coming winter. Any of those dates are going to be open. So, and with that said, I am looking to try to find somebody to come on board and go sailing with me down the ICW, giving some serious consideration and maybe jumping outside a little bit and making some passages outside the ICW just to get some miles done. But just an option for those people that want to consider that. With that said, let me go back and check the chat. Bearings don't heal themselves. Yeah, pilot, I know that. That's why I find it so odd that it seems to spin so freely and so conveniently right now. So, okay, let's see. Doug's link, thanks Billy, she's looked me up. The better problem goes when I have a smaller outboard is good, it won't put too much pressure on the repair job. I'll tell you what, Stuck in BC, my little 3.3 horsepower pushed that dinghy just beautifully. I was kind of impressed with it, so. Filling gear just need a boat to hop on. Ahoy skipper, PM me and let's talk about it. There would be an essay involved. Where would said crew sleep? Jen, I'm going to be cleaning out one of the quarter berths. I will clean out a quarter berth completely, so they will have a quarter berth available to them to sleep in. Nice comfortable mattress in there. They'll have a whole little corner of the boat all to themselves. So. Read the essays out loud and let the viewers choose to win. Yeah, I don't know about that. Hey, Tickle Me Fam, what's up? Sailing upwind, Christine. We were close to freezing this morning. There you go. Okay. All right. And a couple other housekeeping issues. Will the head holding tank be working? I don't know. I don't know. You know, what I have now works beautifully. And I'm not sure just how quickly I want to screw that up, to be honest with you. So, anyhow, a couple other housekeeping issues. TheWoodenBling.com. If you guys would, check out TheWoodenBling.com. TheWoodenBling.com is sponsoring this live stream. He's got some really cool, interesting items made there, made out of wood. Check him out. Use the discount code GRANDPA for 10% off at thewoodenbling.com. Please check that out if you would. That said, Doug, my buddy Doug, who is in kidney dialysis and has just started a channel where Douglas is now doing talk about automobiles. He did one this past Saturday. It was really entertaining to listen to Doug. He knows his stuff, guys. If you've got a vehicle, which all of you guys do, if you've ever had a question, a gremlin, a problem, an issue with it, Doug is the guy to go to. He's got years, 60 years of experience as a mechanic. Anything from transmissions to exhaust systems to engines, whatever. Doug is your guy, so check him out. Doug Imbergamo, I-M-B-E-R-G-A-M-O. And check out Doug's live stream Saturdays at 2 o'clock. Shameless shout outs. It's time for shameless shout outs. If anybody would like to shout out, go ahead and you know, Jen, that may be true, and so do guys. A little different scenario there, but you'd be surprised, Jen, how much frankly a little cleaner and easier it is just to go ahead and use the bucket and the trash bag and get it done and out of here so the boat doesn't smell. A lot of these marine toilets with holding tanks and hoses tend to smell, be honest with you, and my system doesn't smell at all. So it's like 100 out. Did you get the video of you? Yes, Dave Marshall, I did get that video. I'll be using that one of my videos. Thank you. It came out really good too. Thanks. So I missed the drone footage. I guess you would have to rough it. I'm okay with swimming over the side and squeezing one out, so to speak. You know, there is something to be said about that. You know, Jen's saying it's gross. It actually is not. It's just the opposite. So, Nice shout out, Get a Life Trolls. There you go. Thanks, Wood Beast. Love it. SV Carlos. Okay, and then the last thing is there was no hurricane today. Today I got a weather alarm by weather.com talking about the death count from the hurricane in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico? There's no hurricane in Puerto Rico. Well, apparently weather.com decided to put out a alert to everybody today because the governor of Puerto Rico finally raised the death toll for Hurricane Maria that happened last season. Now, okay, granted, that's serious stuff. They decided it was over 2,000 people or 2,500 people, I think, that died in Puerto Rico as a result of that. So it was kind of sad, but really, Weather Channel, a weather alert over something that happened last year? I just find that to be ridiculous. So I was sitting here not paying much attention. I got a weather alert from weather.com talking about this large death toll in Puerto Rico from a hurricane. I'm like, hurricane? I've been watching the weather every day. There's no hurricane. So I had to get online and go check everything to see what was going on. There's no hurricane. It was from last year. So I don't know what the hell is going on with weather.com, but apparently you got to watch what they put out because there's some weird stuff on there. So anyhow, apparently you guys are just having a blast with that. Okay. Ellie, okay. Slingshot upwind. Hey, anybody that's been out sailing for any given period of time, anybody that scuba dived, anybody that swam in a pool, you can't tell me you haven't peed in the water at one point and or pooped in the water. I mean, proper amenities. Well, Jen, here's to you, but I'll tell you what, there's nothing cleaner than taking a poop in the ocean. I mean, there really isn't anything cleaner. So the Weather Channel is part of the CNN network. Yeah, I would imagine they are, Kakula. I was flabbergasted by that today. It wasn't just that there was, okay, they changed the death numbers. I can understand that being newsworthy. But was it worthy of a weather alert? When I see a weather alert, I'm a sailor, I live on a sailboat. When I see a weather alert, it gets my attention right now. I mean, right now it gets my attention. And for them to turn around and say, oh, there's a weather alert because the governor of Puerto Rico upgraded the death toll from the people that died last year, that is not a weather alert. So, and that's going to do them a tremendous disservice, I think, going forward. If you care about natural reef, you would reconsider that choice. I care about what natural reef, JD? You saying by going to the bathroom in my boat I'm affecting the coral reef? I don't think so. There are two kinds of people in the world, those that have peed in the pool and those who lie about it. There you go, stuck in BC. Yeah, they think Florida's red tide is from leaking septic tanks. A little. No, Bubba, that's not the case at all. That is not the case at all. They're thinking that the Florida red tide is caused from an excessive nitrate concentration and from glycophosphate like Roundup being used in so many of the sugar farms, sugar plantations, and the farms that are tributary to the rivers that flow into the Gulf there. All along the Mississippi River, all along all the rivers that come into that part of Florida, too much of the agriculture has been using glycophosphate. So they've actually tracked that down to glycophosphate and not nitrates. So you can thank Roundup for the red tide. It has nothing to do with nitrates going in. No TP required. Okay, I didn't see something so natural. Trapping in salt water is really so bad. It's also very healthy and clean on the ring. Seriously. Yes, Jen, seriously. Obviously you're not a boater. You can speak. Exactly, L. End of discussion. Keep up the good work, Carl. Thank you. Oh yeah, I use seaweed to seaweed. You're just normal, Jen. Okay. I just got an airhead and I am ripping out my head system and going with composting head. You're right about smell. Yeah, Dave, a lot of these plumbed in systems are a little malodorous. So, calling up my cooter. Why do you go there, Jen? You really think that things are going to crawl up your butt because you poop in the ocean? You know, this is inexperience, Jen. This is just because you don't have experience with it. That's okay. Filling with Uma, had a compost head, no smell. Yep. Jen, I've been on sailboats since I was 8. Well, if you've been on sailboats since you were 8, then you know how bad sailboats can smell with traditional septic systems. Let's see, we've not tried that. Composting is different than a bucket. Cooler. Scooter is not a butt. Jen, that's awesome. I used to litter in a pan on my boat. Cat litter, yeah, cat litter would work. Any number of things would work. I tend to like bag my stuff up and throw it into the garbage when I stop at a port. That way I just get rid of it and it's disposed of properly when I use the head inside. But that's not to say I'm not opposed to jumping in the water and going out in the river or out in the lake or out in the ocean. So nothing wrong with that. Smells fine with proper maintenance. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I've been on $1 million catamarans that smelled of septic. So I disagree with you. And anybody that's been on boats of any kind of age will know that with time, those plastic tanks and those plastic hoses start leaching out the smell, and it gets pretty nasty. So, calling BS. I'm from the South Florida. We have red tide before there was Roundup. 300 million septic systems. Explain that. AJ, all I'm telling you is that the research that's being done right now, the scientists are saying it's the glycophosphate that's causing this problem right now. That's the latest science has been determined. It's glycophosphate. Swim and squeeze work great. Okay. All right. Well, now that we have certainly discussed the crappier side of sailing, put some lights on here before my light Gestapo people start complaining about me not being able to see me. There, you guys can see me now. So, oh well, without proper maintenance. Yep. Campers and RVs too. Yep. I don't know, Slipstream. Everybody seems to have a sort of a, if you ask me, it's kind of a juvenile fascination with it, you know? I mean, I remember thinking, oh yeah, when I was like 6 and 7 years old, that it was always funny to talk about poop. But you know, as we become adults, we tend to move away from that kind of conversation. But you know, some people still, you know, have that tendency, so. We're getting rocked a little bit here. If I'm going to sailboat race. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty, Bill. I wouldn't want to do that. Go watch win-win and all your always. Oh, come on, Triton's Trumpet. Please don't. Triton's Trumpet, I'm going to ask you not to attack another viewer here on the channel, okay? Jen is certainly entitled to her thoughts, so let's leave her alone. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate that. I should film the beach every day. It's littered with dead sea life and from the red tide. Yeah, I understand that, Frank. It really is. Nasty. As long as no one starts playing with the poo. There you go. Bill Carson, I'm 81, Carl. Okay, well, Bill, at 81, maybe. Maybe at 81, I should wear one. I'm not going to disagree with you there. Okay. I didn't realize that I was dealing with someone of such calendar superiority to me, you know, for lack, I don't know, I'm looking for a word there, I couldn't find one. Anyway, 81, that's awesome, man. Hey, you know what, the fact that you're 81 and still sailing, I don't care what you have to use to go out there. I think it's absolutely friggin' awesome that someone could be 81 years old and still out on a sailboat. absolutely awesome. Hats off. I don't have a hat on. Hats off to you, sir. You have my deep respect for being 81 years old and still being able to go out sailing. So cheers to you, sir. Here's a little Jim Beam Black for you. Hands up, who's coming to Annapolis, drinks and food and other stuff. Oh man, Carl too, Bobby maybe. They call me Saggy at my yacht club for 2 reasons and make fun of me. It's not going to cool down tomorrow, but it is going to cool down the day after, Plastic. So, yeah, 81 still acid. That's all. It'll be in Annapolis. Yes. Bob, you'll be in Annapolis. Awesome. Okay. Yep. A bunch of us are going to be in Annapolis. So, superphosphate. Okay. Oh. Great, Bob. See you there. Yeah. Let's. I would like to get a good group of people together for Annapolis for the boat show. I will tell you that I did put in for press passes at Annapolis and for Newport. Newport sent me back a really nice thing where they were, working on it and trying to make a determination. So they have a hard time wrapping their head around new media. And let me give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. You take a chance. I'm going to pick on Bob for a moment, okay? Look at Sailing Doodles. I don't know, what does Bob have now? 50, 80,000 subscribers? I don't know, how many subscribers? I haven't been paying attention. Somewhere between 50 and 80,000 subscribers, I think, is how many subscribers Bob has at Sailing Doodles right now, okay? I'm also going to pick on another Bob that I know, and that's Bob Bitchin. Bob Bitchin has a magazine called Sailing Outpost. Now, Sailing 80,000 plus, thank you. Sailing Outpost is a traditional sailing, cruising magazine, no questions, no qualms about it. Absolutely, if you're a writer and you're being sent by Sailing Outpost to the Newport Boat Show, you're credentialed, you're going to go ahead and get your press credentials, free pass, wined and dined, treated like royalty, because they want you to write a nice article about that for Sailing Outpost magazine, right? Sailing Outpost magazine has 76,000 subscribers. Bob, as I was just clarified here, Bob from Sailing Doodles has 83,000 subscribers. Okay? Bob's new media. If Bob wants to go to Annapolis Boat Show and put in an application as a press pass, they ought to be jumping all over his butt and kissing his butt and whining and dining his butt, because he has a broader audience, a more targeted audience of people who are interested in and or are currently being inspired to by sailboats. Now, I've only got 2,300 or so subscribers, legitimately 2,300. Somebody played with my numbers the other day. I have like 2,300 subscribers, so I'm still tiny and questionable whether or not I'm a legitimate, media outlet at this point. But I will say this, in that, okay, and I saw a comment there, Jen Ellis says, I thought you said subscribers don't matter. Is it the opposite today? Jen, only to the extent that for Bob, for both Bobs, those subscriber numbers relate to impressions. The subscriber numbers, in fact, are still immaterial, except when Bob Bitchin mails out 75,000 copies of Cruising Outpost, and that magazine has 200 advertisements in it, 300 advertisements in it. How much exposure are you getting for your ad dollar? How much are you getting? If somebody writes an article in Cruising Outpost magazine, how many people are actually going to get that out of 75,000 subscribers? How many are actually going to read that? That's an indeterminate number because we don't know. Bob Sailing Doodles, on the other hand, has 83,000 subscribers, but can tell you within a fraction, within a single view, as to how many people viewed the video he did or could do about that particular boat show. And that's the number that matters. What matters is the actual number of how many people saw that, the impressions. It's called impressions. How many impressions they got. So it really makes sense for Bob and Laura to go to Annapolis Boat Show and say, hey, we want press credentials because we have a YouTube channel, because they're new media and they're getting a bigger bang for their buck. Frankly, with Sailing Doodles, they get a bigger bang for their buck with people advertising. And let me tell you something, Sailing Outpost is making a ton of money in advertising. I mean, a ton of money. And that kind of money is nowhere near coming to any of the YouTube creators that should be garnering that kind of revenue. So, anyhow, just a thought. So when you go to these boat shows and they're talking about sailing credentials, these organizations don't quite have a handle on new media like YouTubers. They can't quite figure it out yet. I mean, to me, it's simple stupid, but these guys can't quite figure it out yet because, you know, it's not the way it's been done for the last 50 years, and God forbid we do something new and different. Guys, change is the only constant in the world. Change is absolutely the only constant. So, I understand that Sailing Miss Lone Star is going to be going to Newport Boat Show. I hope I messaged her telling her she should be getting press passes for, you know, she's got, I think, 50,000 or so subscribers or somewhere in that neighborhood now. So she certainly is influential and can spread the word to a lot of people who are getting inspired by the idea of going sailing by watching her channel. So anyhow, just something that people need to start considering in the sailing industry, that new media is really coming on. You know, look at television, look at magazines, look at newspapers. I mean, print is dead. Television is really on its last legs because it's being replaced by everybody on YouTube now. So, anyhow, with that, let me go jump back and see what I saw missed in the chat here. I'm not going to go back to all this stuff too much here. You need press credentials. Got my exam results today. I got 3 A's and 6 B's. All right, Garth, good deal, man. Are you bagging Bob? Please know he's got TNA on board. Can you match that? Am I bagging Bob? What are you talking about? 83,000 free, not 70,000 paid. Yeah, cool, but I don't know that it makes that much of a difference, really. I don't know that it makes that much of a difference. I mean, you've got an argument there, I agree. So, hey, John Dolan, how are you? Bob Gibbons says, I get media passes all the time. They never kiss your ass. I always have to prove I deserve it. Well, Bob, don't you think it should be the other way around? I mean, you're promoting their show and giving them a whole lot of advertisement. Don't you think it should be the other way around? Cool suggestion for dinghy repair resources. I did. Just broke my bong. Can we have a moment of silence? Trap. Venues can give you a press pass, but that's not a press credential. I understand that. Rolling one out on her. All right. Well, I guess we had a moment of silence there for Trav's bong, but Sal Messer, I'm back. Did I miss? Yeah, you missed everything, man. It's all over. I can't get free passes for any show to go do our old business. All right, well, in any event, guys, that was just some of the thoughts that I had this evening. 44 minutes into it. Let's do shameless shout outs again, because I don't think anybody really shouted out last time. Yeah, sunset's already gone. It's getting dark outside. Too damn hot out there, brother. Too damn hot. It's still 90 degrees and I've got 3 fans on me. I want to tell you guys something. You see this fan right here? That little fan right there? That's a little 12-volt fan sold by West Marine, and it puts out twice the air. 3 times the air of any other fan that I own. I cannot believe how comfortable that little 12-volt fan is. It's awesome. The only thing a press pass would do is save you $18. Just spend the money, and you don't have to worry about all this work. Yeah, Slipstream's got 403 real subscribers. Yeah, he's got the same problem I have. Somebody played with his subscriber numbers, so. Late night with Carl. Oh, Andy, I don't know. I'm not really into that this evening. I kind of like to relax. I've been hot and sticky all day. Been working on some, been working on the ICW, actually. I've been looking at places to stop and places to stay and research and doing homework on that, and trying to research all the good spots and bad spots to stop along the ICWs. So, hey, Sally DeJean, how you doing, man? Yeah, I'm going to be heading south here in about, what, about 10, 12 more days, I think. So, well, Jen, my intention isn't just a window shop. My intention is to do a lot of video about new products coming to market at the boat show. So I used to sail on Delos, wants money for Brian for 4 years on the boat. You know, Bill, there's something to be said about that. I mean, Rametry was sort of instrumental in Delos getting off the ground and building up as much as they did, as fast as they did. You know, they certainly built a lot of their content on her naked breasts, so I don't know that she really doesn't have an unfounded claim there. Much as I don't think Megan has an unfounded claim on sailing doodles. I think we can all agree that Bob wouldn't be anywhere near where Bob is today if Megan hadn't gone sailing with him. So, but that's a hell of an argument to get into. John's in the house, yeah. I have 18. Would you like a sponge bath? I would love a sponge bath. Are you kidding me? Been commenting all day, not kidding. Sailmaster, if you want to talk about Marie, PM me. We'll do that privately. October, oh gosh, I think 6th or 8th, something like that, Slipstream. October 6th or 8th. It starts on a Thursday and ends on a Sunday, I believe. So, Bill will do that truthfully. That's not true at all. Rametry is her YouTube site. Yeah. We're leaving New Jersey on the 30th. Indianapolis for the show the 5th, then south. You're leaving New Jersey on the 30th of August or 30th of September. And where are you in New Jersey? Because I plan on leaving here in about 2 weeks and coming through that area. I'd love to meet up with you. So I'm going there now. Having Laura ain't hurting his numbers either. No, stuck in BC. Laura certainly has not hurting his numbers either. She said they sent her home broke. Yeah, they did. They did, Bill. That's what I understand too. So, yeah, Pakula, I agree. There was no contract, but right is right. Just think of all the women coming on board when you get your Lagoon 440. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice, huh? Anyhow, okay, so guys, we're almost to the 1 hour mark. 110 people watching, only 17 thumbs up. Come on, guys, pound a thumbs up here. In the description down below, you'll find links to my Patreon and PayPal should you want to contribute to the adventure. My new term now. Should you want to contribute to the adventure, you can check out my Patreon and PayPal links down below and donate to them. That would be great. So, fish bone packaging. Yeah, there you go. That's a cool thing. Yeah, for those of you guys don't know, Billy's got a friend of his who has Fishbone Packaging, 6-pack and 12-pack holders that are environmentally friendly. So a good thing to get into. She said she had to pay Brian $150 a week to be on board. Yep. Only have cash, sorry, I'll bring it to Annapolis. Yeah, no problem. Girls on Ganga whiskey and fun, this is great. All right. Girls on Ganga. Ganja. Ganja, man, you gotta get the right term for that. Girls, everything paid for, they not have all costs with owning and maintaining the boat. Fishbone beer, yeah, Fishbone beer wrappers, you know, the 12-pack holders, the rings, instead of having plastic rings. Speaking of which, did you guys notice the photo for this video tonight? Did you see my thumbnail? Did you see my thumbnail today for this video? That was only one of the very, very many, like 4 different times that I had to turn my boat, no, 5 different times I had to turn my boat around yesterday to pull balloons out of Long Island Sound. I had to use my net and scoop up balloons. So if you see the thumbnail picture of all the balloons here on my boat, it was not a happy time, kids. I wasn't pleased about having all those balloons. It really kind of peed me off. And it wasn't bad enough that there was all these balloons floating out in the ocean, but then, as if that wasn't going to be enough pollution to add to the ocean already, inside of the balloons, they filled them with a whole bunch of confetti. So there's these little blue, red, green, yellow pieces of plastic, little plastic chips inside of the balloons. So when the balloon blew open, all these little plastic pieces also went in the water because the balloon wasn't enough pollution to begin with. I cannot tell you how friggin' pissed off I was out in the ocean netting these things and pulling them out of the water and trying to save all that plastic from getting in the ocean. So what happened, I put them on deck, I got them here on my boat, one of those balloons popped on my boat, and I got all those stupid little pieces of plastic things all over my cockpit right now. So now I got to clean out my cockpit and go through the whole thing with a damn vacuum to vacuum up all these little plastic pieces. I would love to find the idiot, the schmuck, who had those balloons and let them go, because I'd love to pound them a new asshole, to be honest with you. Well, not a new asshole, but I'd like to get red on some idiot like that. So, good night from me. Gotta go on. Okay. Take care, ahoy. Saw the balloon release on the news today. Was shaking my head. Oh man. Hopefully it was paper. No, it was plastic. Plastic. Yeah, Frank, I agree. Dumping while swimming is healthy. Try it with Jen one day. I can't believe you ruined a fish birthday party by Yeah, sorry about that going downwind. Yeah, Carl, that was me. Well, if that was any of my subscribers, don't let me get within arm's length of you, because I will wring your neck. It's just uncalled for to see all that plastic out in the ocean. Mylar and rubber balloons and the strings to tie them together and stuff. It's just sickening to me that all these overprivileged buttheads here on Long Island, these uber wealthy people in these neighborhoods around here, are so careless with themselves. Unbelievable. Whew. Good old Kentucky whiskey, man. I'm not pooping in the water. I don't take much to confuse you, Sailmaster. No, it don't. Hey, Billy, thank you. Better, Frank? Yep, better. All right. Anyhow, kids, we're going to go ahead and end this here. Not a whole lot went on today. It was just hot. I did some research on places to stop along the ICW. I don't think Douglas ever made it into the house tonight, so he's probably at dialysis tonight. But please check out Douglas's. I am going to make a point. I'm going to make a point about being at Douglas's house on next Saturday at 2 o'clock while he's doing his live stream, so I can help him sort out some of the remaining problems that he has and get that organized. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But other than that, that's all I got for you for tonight, kids. We're going to go ahead and end this here. I'm going to ask everybody to please be good and be careful and take good care of one another. I know that's hard for some of you troll idiots to do, but for all the good-looking people, please take good care of each other, because, man, we need it. We really do. You know, I'm going to add a little something here. I saw a thing today, and it was really interesting to me. It had a reference back to a guy that I've known for a long time, and the story was this. He said the guy was on a train, and while he was on the train, there was another man on the train who looked pretty bummed, and his kids were just running wild all over the place. Kids were just bouncing off the walls all over the place. And so after a while, he finally got up and he walked over to the father and said, sir, excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be difficult, but your kids are running all over the place. You probably really ought to pull them in a little bit. And the guy turned to him and said, yeah, I suppose you're right. I'm sorry. He said, we were just at the hospital. My wife, their mother, died today. And I guess I'm not handling it very well, and I'm sure my children don't know how to handle that either. And that immediately put him in a whole different perspective, because now you feel the pain and you understand that guy. And so the analogy was, and if you're seeing a little bit of a change in my attitude here on my YouTube channel, was there's a lot of people out here that I'm aware of, Doug Imbrogamo, Frank Daniels, others, that are really having a hard time, that they're dealing with some serious stuff in their life. And so from now on, I'm trying to approach my channel with the idea that each and every one of you out there watching is dealing with some stuff in your life, because life's tough. I mean, life is hard. Life is a bitch out there. And so I'm going to try to be a bit more understanding and a bit more cooperative, and I'm going on the understanding and assumption that all of you guys are dealing with stuff like Doug, who's in kidney dialysis and is trying to get a kidney. Cliff, Sealy Shannon on here, just went through some big medical issues. Frank is having medical issues. So many people out here that watch me are motivated and inspired by the effort that I'm putting out and going out here and sailing and what have you, that I want to just think and say to those guys, I appreciate them being here, I appreciate them watching, and I'm going to try to be a bit more empathetic for them. I'm also going to try to be a bit more loving towards the trolls out there, a bit more understanding, because they too may be in fact going through a really tough time right now, and I'm going to go on the assumption that they are, give them the benefit of the doubt, and try to be a bit more proactive about that. So anyhow, yeah, ahoy skipper, I know you've said that a bunch. I appreciate it, man. I do. We'll meet up along the way and we'll have some fun together. So Troop says feelings too. Bill, I agree with you, man. I agree. So anyhow, for all you guys out there that are having issues, having a hard time, going through divorces, going through crappy times in your life, some of my bigger supporters have reached out to me recently and told me about some of the things that have happened in their life, their medical issues, their problems with their divorces and families and stuff, and I get it, and I understand it. I think that's why so many people relate to kind of what I'm going through. And so I guess I'm just trying to say that I get it and I understand. I'm going to try to be a bit more empathetic and not be the curmudgeon Carl that I used to be and have been. And I'm going to try to be a bit more positive and upbeat and see if I can bring you some joy in life along the way with trying to inspire you guys to get up and get out and do stuff. Now with that said, a little quick brief update. Is that I am doing phenomenal here on the boat. health-wise, I'm doing phenomenal. I'm not having any problems with my kidney whatsoever. And I've been drinking a lot, guys. I mean, let's face it, I've been drinking a lot. I don't know if you can see it right now, but right there on the shelf, I have 2 4-packs of Gosling's ginger beer, a bottle of Kahlua hazelnut, a bottle of Pusser's rum, and a bottle of Fireball. And I've got that much left in a bottle of Jim Beam. And that's the end of all of the booze that was given to me by my good friend Mike Donegan. That's the end of it. So, hey, Maui Lay, I am so glad to see you here, dude. I've been trying to reach out to you. I wish you'd PM me. So, anyhow, I'm at the end of that stuff. But, man, even though with all the drinking I've been doing, I'm really feeling great. I've been losing weight. I'm getting in shape. I feel healthy. My back's feeling awesome. This lifestyle has proven itself to be awesome for me. And as I make my way south and I start getting into some bluer, warmer waters, I think you're going to see my disposition improve pretty dramatically as I get that direction. So I appreciate everybody that's been with me and helped out along the way and been supportive. Hopefully that will get better as time goes on. So with that, let me check back in the chat because I saw some stupid stuff in there. But troops are feeling too. Your audience needs its own hospital. Jen, that's just rude. When someone asks a question you don't like, you call them a troll. Gone sailing, I only call them a troll if they ask a dumb question. And if they ask a question like the statement that you just made, where obviously you're trying to incite some sort of a reaction. I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with you in your life. I don't know what problems you have, but I'm sorry that you're upset about stuff. So, you know, it's never been my intention to ban people, but I have a fairly thin psyche, and so I'm very careful about who I let into my life. There's way too much negativity going on in the world, and I need to keep myself focused and positive. I've had a lot of negative stuff happen in my life already, and so I try to isolate myself from any more negativity on my channel, which is why I am so fast to delete comments and why I block people so quickly, is because frankly I don't need the negative crap in my life. I have enough of that on my own. So that's why that's going on, and I hope you can understand that. And if you can't, well, then I guess you are a troll. So we'll leave it sit at that. So, Carl, that rocks. Yes, I deal with stuff. I never complain. Hey, Wood Beast, man, I understand, man, I do. Maybe get that drone flying. I just might, Sailmaster. Yep. Steve, Maui Lay, man, please contact me. You know, it's smart enough to run with the trolls. Come on, don't pick on Sailmaster. I don't like when people pick on other people on here, okay? What am I saying? I thought I made that clear. This loads away sinks anyway. Colonel, that's too cool. Thanks, Wood Beast. Jen, that was uncalled for. Trying to tell Frank to take his meds. Change has been a long time coming. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it, brother. The only guy using Carl's name. You have a name for your bar. Well, thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Shooting for tomorrow night. Just keep building a positive community. Stuck in BC, that's what we're working on. I thank you for that. Master has to get permission from his wife. You mean Billy? You mean he has to get permission from his fictitious wife? All we've seen is a voice so far. I don't think anyone's actually seen her. So, Bust 6665 says Carl just suggested show some drone video, maybe pick up some more viewers. Some would prefer that better than your live stream. Well, okay. Funny guy, you know, at 18 years. Oh God. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. Okay. Anyhow, kids, with that said, I'm going to say goodnight here, everybody. Be good, be careful, take good care of one another, and we will see you tomorrow. Again, check out my description down below for links to Patreon and PayPal, should you want to contribute to the ongoing adventure that is my channel. See you guys later tomorrow. Bye, guys.